Warm greetings from the high tent. It is Everyday Shenanigans on this Wednesday, Hump Day, May 20th, 2020. I want to bring you said information from CNN News pertaining to Ahmaud Arbery, and then I will give you my commentary thereafter. A suspect in the killing of Ahmaud Arbery was involved in a previous investigation of him, recused prosecutor says. And this was updated May 9th, this said article, with also a video inserted into the article. One of the men accused in the fatal shooting of Ahmaud Arbery was involved in a previous prosecution of Arbery, according to a letter written by a prosecutor who has since recused himself from the case. In the April 7th letter, Waycross Judicial Circuit District Court Judge George Barnhill wrote that his son and the suspect, Gregory Mcmichael, helped with an earlier prosecution of Arbery when they both worked for the Brunswick Judicial Circuit District Attorney's Office. Gregory Mcmichael, 64, and his 34-year-old son, Travis Mcmichael, were arrested Thursday evening and faced charges of murder and aggravated assault of Arbery's killing on February 23rd, according to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. Barnhill was the second prosecutor to oversee the case after the Brunswick DA recused herself due to her office's previous connection to Mcmichael. Barnhill said in the letter he believed it's best to recuse his office from the case, given the connections between his son, Mcmichael, and Arbery. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution first reported Barnhill's letter stating Mcmichael's previously investigated Arbery. Barnhill's letter sent to the office of Georgia Attorney General Chris Carr did not specify what the prior prosecution was for or when it took place. The Brunswick News has reported Arbery was indicted for allegedly bringing a gun to a 2013 high school basketball game when he was 19. Family attorney Lee Merritt also acknowledged Arbery's 2018 arrest on shoplifting charges. But any reference to alleged conduct from high school or shoplifting is absurd and has nothing to do with his murder, Merritt said. We've been here before, whether it's Tamir Rice or Trayvon Martin, said Benjamin Crump, an attorney for Arbery's father. When they kill our children, they then try to assassinate their character, and I know they're going to do that with Ahmaud Arbery. The case prompted outrage in recent days over the fact that the Mcmichaels, who were white, had not been arrested more than 2 months after Arbery, a black man, was killed while jogging through a neighborhood outside Brunswick, Georgia. That day, according to a police report, the Mcmichaels allegedly chased Arbery down in a pickup truck, believing he was the suspect in a string of burglaries. Mcmichael told police his son shot Arbery after the latter allegedly attacked him as he stood in the road with the shotgun, according to the police report. But those who knew Arbery said the former high school football player often jogged through the neighborhood southwest of Brunswick. His loved ones described him as a very good young man. His heart was always in the right place, and he just loved people, said his father, Marcus Arbery Sr., Friday on CNN's Newsday, and what would have been his son's 26th birthday. I just want justice for my son, he said. I just want them to pay the price for the crime they did. Marcus Arbery Sr. likened his son's killing to a modern-day lynching. Anytime you pursue a young man, go jump in a truck with shotguns and a pistol, and you follow him and slaughter him like that, that's lynching, he said. CNN's attempts to reach Gregory and Travis Mcmichael have been unsuccessful. Both men made brief court appearances via video on Friday, at which the judge read the charges against them and said bond would be set at another time. It's unclear whether they are represented by attorneys. Okay. Now, this just goes on to talk about the said video, and I just want to make sure I'm capping everything that I want to make my point in this video I'm bringing to you today. This is a winded article. What I wanted to say in this said commentary, I only jumped on here today because I had a point I wanted to make, and I'm in a pissy mood today already, and 2 commenters below talking smack, well, one in particular, let me take that back, one in particular, this Mr. Something Something Icon. I'm going to direct this comment to you. Let me tell you something about the Queen, because you don't know me, just like you don't know Ahmaud Arbery. This country is racist. There are still people in this country, white and non-white, that are racist. Point blank. What happened to Ahmaud in 2013? He was still a young person. Did he take that gun to the school? They said he did. Then I'm going to roll with that. But that was 7 years ago. I can count from 2013 to 2020. So then he's arrested in 2018 for theft of a TV. I don't have the said information on that, where he got the TV from, where he took it from. Does it look bad? It depends on your perception. So when you come on this channel and tell a queen about her assumptions, I draw my conclusions and my opinions from what is revealed by the public. Like I said below, I am not the FBI, I'm not the CIA. I only go by what is given at that time. Now, you happen to jump on and watch a video that I made last week. Could have been 2 weeks ago. So your opinion isn't valid only because of the time that you jumped on and watched the video. And you get information according to when you actually go Google information or when it pops up on my phone as a notification. So you see, anything can change in a moment's notice. When information is divulged to the public, when a person decides to repeat the information via YouTube, social media, or hell, on their own damn telephone to their friend or associate. You all see where I'm going with this? I didn't know of Mr. Ahmaud Arbery's past with a gun in high school and the 2018 theft of a TV. But because of those charges, that doesn't mean I'm going to judge him today, 2019, 2020. And that's the bottom line, is that what happened on February 23rd has nothing to do with a gun charge at 19, and it doesn't have anything to do with a TV theft in 2018. Because on February 23rd, he was allegedly jogging through a neighborhood when two white people approached him. And to me, it wouldn't matter if they were Asian, Mexican. They could have been African American. I would still have the same opinion until I get further notice otherwise to prove otherwise my opinion. You had no business stopping him and bothering him. He didn't have anything of value on him. He didn't have a weapon on him. Naturally, he would defend himself because someone has jumped out of a truck and approached him with a fucking rifle. Get serious. Why would he not defend himself? So bringing up a past about a gun, you talking to me like, well, you don't know. You're making assumptions because he had a gun charge and stole a TV. He's this, he's that. He hangs with children and he's in his mid-20s. I don't know who he hung with. I'm not in Georgia. Now, unless you the FBI and CIA, you can't tell me a damn thing about what the hell some 25-year-olds doing in Georgia, just like you can't probably tell me what the hell your damn neighbor's doing next damn door. People are people. People are flawed. People are tainted. But what somebody did 7 years ago, 2 years ago, what bearing did it have on February 23rd to chase him down and gun him down and then have an eyewitness to film it who did nothing, didn't call 911, was asked why he didn't call 911, their friend who was in the car. Yeah. So don't ever come on here and talk about assumptions. What I'm assuming. I brought the public the information I got at that time. And at that time, I didn't have any information that he had a prior conviction of theft, a gun charge, or anything else. And now I get wind of the video, which I brought that said video. I'm not being biased. I brought that information. If I wanted to be biased, I didn't even have to bring that information about the video where he was stopped by the police and it was filmed and they tried to tase him and yah. And if I was so biased, I wouldn't be jumping on today with this said information to let other people know who may not know he had previous convictions. So you jump on here talking that dumb shit down there in the comment section about strike 3 rule, this, that, and the other. Well, it's strike 3 all right because he dead. How about that? With your smart ass. Yeah, the queen is on one. Because I don't like nobody coming over here in my playpen telling me about what I'm assuming. I get my information from the public just like everybody else. And I don't know these people from Adam. I don't know Ahmaud. I don't know his friends, his family, just like I don't know Epstein, Weinstein, R. Kelly, any damn body else. Come on with it. But that's the point. You choose to digest the information how you see fit. But nothing has proven why he should have been murdered on February 23rd. And the owner of the house has stated publicly that nothing was taken from his property. Nothing was stolen from that house. And there hadn't even been any robberies in that neighborhood up until Ahmaud's death. Let me make that clear, Mr. Icon, since you know so damn much. 7 weeks up until the day he was murdered, February 23rd, there had been no robberies in that neighborhood. So everybody crying about somebody stealing out their house back in December of 19, the Mcmichaels had a gun missing, yah. Well, it seems to me if Mr. Arbery is this thief that everybody's making him out to be, and he is the rogue breaking in everybody's damn house and cars, seemed like to me he would have been on one from December up until the day they gunned him down. How about that? Since you know about assumptions. Since I'm assuming he's a good old boy and he's never been in trouble. I never made that claim that Mr. Ahmaud didn't have a past because I didn't know of his past. I never said he was a child that was in trouble. I never said he was a saint, an angel. So I don't need any of you jumping on here trying to tell the queen anything about anything she reports in a story. Because as I state, I reveal the information from a news source. I give you the source. If you want to argue with someone about the source, then that's who the fuck you should go to argue with. Don't come here. I give a public source. So if you want to argue, go to the source. But you don't come argue in the comment section about public information. And if I have yet to upload a video stating any new information pertaining to that case, then that is my choice. That is my choice. I don't sit around all day scrolling the internet for updates to stories all damn day. Okay, I have other things I have to focus on, such as living and trying to stay corona-free. Oh, do you understand that? Yeah, the queen's on one. And excuse my language to my friends. My brother said I should let loose one day. Well, today's that day. Excuse my French, but I'm pissed off today already. And I don't need nobody coming over here talking about what I'm assuming and this and that. Because that's the thing about life. People are flawed. People are tainted. And Mr. Ahmaud probably was a troubled young man at one point. He may have been troubled the day of February 23rd. I don't know and you don't know him. But the point is, nobody had the right, white, black, blue, or green, to gun that child down when he didn't have a weapon, nor did he have any stolen items on his persons at that time. And the owner of the home already said, if we are to believe that Mr. Arbery is the said person in the video looking at that said vacant house, nothing was stolen from that house and nothing was taken, and there hadn't been any robberies in that neighborhood 7 weeks prior to February 23rd. And now we know that Mr. Mcmichaels have investigated Mr. Arbery in a previous case, and they are not releasing that said information. Who's to say that was the 2018 case? Who's to say it wasn't the 2013 case? And who's to say it wasn't a case that has yet to come to fruition? But it won't matter because he is now deceased if it is. But as I state, I bring you the information that is revealed through a news source, and that is the best I can do. What the hell somebody was doing in their free time, it don't have anything to do with the queen. And that's the spoken word. And until a person can be proven guilty of a said crime, then it is speculation. And that's anybody, black or white. They did not have any right to gun that young man down. And what he did in 2013 with a gun at school has nothing to do with 2020. And that theft of a TV, wherever he got it from, that don't have anything to do with this today. Does it look bad? It depends, as I state, on your perception. But why would I perceive anything negative when, as I state, he has not been proven to have been arrested before February 23rd of a recent theft or breaking in someone's house or acting suspicious in a neighborhood? And until I get that said information, I'm going to still keep my opinion of February 23rd, that they had no right. And if they bring proof that Mr. Arbery did some type of crime recently before February 23rd, that's still not going to excuse two white men gunning him down with no proof, no validity. Because most laws tell you you can't shoot a person outside your house any damn way, even if they were breaking and entering. You have to kill them inside the house to show self-defense. Now, some states have your stand your ground law. Perhaps Georgia is that state, but the point still remains. They weren't doing a citizen's arrest. They were doing what most racist white folks do. They did what the hell they wanted to do. And that's my opinion on that. And that's not an assumption. That's my opinion. He was gunned down viciously for no reason. And now that we know that Mr. Mcmichael investigated Mr. Arbery beforehand, then he does know he knew who he was and knew what he looked like. How about that? Because I was thinking before I did this video, oh, well, they didn't know him. And now this article states, yes, they did. So you put that on damn paper. They knew who he was. And I told you all that any damn way. 17,000 people, small place. How much robbing could he do without getting caught in a small-ass town? Come on. White, black, whatever the race is. 17,000 people in Brunswick, Georgia. How much robbing would he or any person do without eventually getting caught? And who the hell running around stealing while jogging? Ain't got a bag, tote bag, nothing. Just saying. See, when you jump on the Queen's page talking about assumptions, you need to think before you speak. Because who's to say that these two didn't take a personal vendetta against this man because they had already came in contact with his name on paper through the district attorney's office by way of their job being investigators, Mr. Mcmichael. So perhaps he knew exactly who Mr. Arbery was. Stay in your lane. Don't come for the Queen, because you don't want none, because I'm going to give you just what you come looking for. Everyday shenanigans. I'm out of here.